Hey everyone, it's Amanda Rieger Green coming to you to talk about the universal energies that are occurring during the first week of September. We've got a lot of things going on, so I'll start with Mercury retrograde. Mercury turned retrograde on August 30th, and when Mercury goes retrograde, everybody goes retrograde. It's just like there are glitches galore, IT issues, technological challenges, miscommunications, misinterpretations of communications, etc. And that's because Mercury is the planet of communication, the planet of information technology, the energy of intelligence. And the ruling planet of Virgo is Mercury, and Mercury is retrograding in Virgo. So remember, when a planet retrogrades, its personified characteristics turn inward. So it's a very introspective time. Having Mercury in Virgo, the zodiac sign of analysis and organization, can be overwhelming because there will be a lot of internal chatter for the next 3 weeks. So moving into an element and a space of discernment over the next few weeks and really listening to your inner voice, your inner dialogue. I talk about that a lot, but it's going to be heightened and there will be a lot of chatter, and there may even be chatter from others that you internalize and overanalyze. So the goal here, as I said, is discernment. And what is discernment really? It's moving into a space of alignment, moving from the head into the heart, and moving into the wisdom. So from intelligence to wisdom, because wisdom is divine. Wisdom is knowing. Wisdom is who we are as a soul and what our soul is trying to communicate to us. So I would really suggest that during this time, when you are analyzing and you're looking at all the moving parts, and it may get a little bit frazzled and flustered, or if people come at you with stuff and you maybe take it the wrong way, and your first gut reaction is to maybe with some animosity or to have hurt feelings, take a few moments and step back, take a few breaths, pause rather than jumping to conclusions. So that's a pretty big bang to kick off the month of September. And Mercury will come out of retrograde on September 22nd. So what else do we have going on September 1st? We have the new moon, which of course is in Virgo, and we have a solar eclipse. So kind of some major energy as far as a huge shift, a huge opportunity for light to be shed on things, for new beginnings. Eclipse cycles are 19-year cycles. So the last time we had an eclipse in Virgo, it was September 1st of 1997. So depending on what age you are, thinking back to that time frame, the best way to look at things is to look over the last 19-year period. And because this is in Virgo, the I analyze planet. It's a planet of duty, a planet of responsibility, a planet of precision. Oftentimes, pharmacists and physicians are Virgos because they really want to get to the heart of the matter. They are very precise. They detect things. They hone right in. So if you look back over the last 19 years and look at how you have communicated, how you analyze things, how you synthesize things. For me, I'll be 36 in a month, so when the last eclipse occurred in Virgo for me, I was just about to turn 17. So from 17 to 36, it's such a formative time, and I can see a lot of inconsistencies in the way I analyze my surroundings, analyze and synthesize my relationships, my profession, my truth, all of those things. So it's a time for me to look back at how I have behaved from an intellectual standpoint, and how I want to behave going forward. So if you're thinking about setting intentions, because of course it's the new moon, and again, the new moon is in Virgo, so very much what I'm talking about in the eclipse is the personified energies of the new moon as well. So it's all about how we analyze and internalize things, how we assess our surroundings, and how we rise above the minutia of analysis, because sometimes there's that analysis paralysis that happens where you've got all these moving parts, and sometimes you can't find the middle ground. You can't find the truth because there are so many things going on. So a good place to go in that energy is our feeling body. Virgo is an earth sign, and the beautiful thing about earth signs is it brings us into the physical body. So maybe not even your emotional feelings, but do you have tension somewhere in your physical body? The physical body tells and paints a really beautiful story about what's going on, and if we learn to recognize what our physical body is telling us, what our emotional body is telling us, it's little nuggets of wisdom that are coming from a place of the soul, coming from a place of our truth. So I would just take this time to really be conscious of what's going on up here, taking a few breaths, taking a few moments, and really allowing it to sink in. In addition, we have one opposition during this eclipse and this new moon, and the opposition is a pretty major one. Neptune is in Pisces, and the ruling planet of Pisces is Neptune. Pisces being the deepest of the water signs, the end game of the zodiac, the most spiritual, the most in-depth zodiac sign there is, with Neptune, the very dreamy sign, the sign of the ideal vision. So what happens with that energy is very much grounded in a strong belief system. And whether that belief system is right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. But when a Pisces believes something to be their truth, they act on it and they stand very firm in that. So with the Virgo energy that is always analyzing everything and wanting to look at all the facts before they come to a conclusion, and this knowing, this believing that happens with this opposition because of Neptune and Pisces, what a good middle ground here is really back to the feeling body and the physical body. So you may feel pulled in a few different directions, but if you take a moment to pause and align, you really may see some things come up that are your truth and give you some answers and wisdom. So move from a space of discernment and wisdom during this energy. Last but not least, right before I filmed this video, a roadrunner landed in the yard, and I thought it was very ironic, because when we think of roadrunners as like a spirit animal or a spirit totem, they're fast. Think about Wile E. Coyote. The roadrunner is always running in 20 different directions. And that's how sometimes the Virgo energy can feel, because they've got all these moving parts that they're analyzing. But what's really interesting about the roadrunner is the roadrunner has the ability to assess its surroundings and adapt in a moment's notice. They're very aware and they can adapt and move in their space. So think about this time. Think about how you can effectively and efficiently take all of the moving parts, synthesize them, and find your truth. Have a great beginning of September. Enjoy Mercury retrograde. Namaste.